Anybody learn about the gold? Go like this. Great. So boys and girls, we'll learn about the gold. To give you an idea, I'm with the state parks of California. I'm right here in the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas. And that's where the gold miners found gold. Now, does anyone know your school? What town is your school in? Can you raise your hand so your teacher can call on you? What town is your school in?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. So you guys are, tell me if I'm hot or cold. It's getting close to where you are.
Hot.
Oh, so okay. Awesome. So you're right there, and I'm right up here. So by car, we're about maybe 5 hours away from each other. But with the internet, we're right here together. So the state parks, we have many of them in the state. We have the most of any state in California. It's cold today in this January day. I better go see what's going on over here. So I better go see what kind of work these men are doing, see if they finished my sawmill yet. Let's go check out what they're doing. Oh, I see something in there. It's shiny. It's bright. Oh, it's a dead fish. I'll throw that back. But there's something in their house. It's shiny. It's bright. It looks like it's
Gold.
gold. Eureka, boys, I found a gold mine. Okay, if you know who I might be.
I see and what you think about these artworks, so you'll need to raise your hand so that I can hear you one at a time, because sometimes the microphones aren't so good. So if everyone shouts out, it's very hard for me to understand what it is you're saying. All right, so like I said, I am at the Smithsonian American Art Museum, and so we are going to be looking at artworks today. And we're going to be talking about these artworks. First, I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of where I am. I mentioned that it's the afternoon for me. Here's a map. And as you guys will see, I'm sure you guys can find, you are the red A over here in California, right?
Right.
Thumbs up, yeah? Did I get your city right? Yeah, just a little bit north of Los Angeles. So you guys, as I understand it, you're in Santa Barbara, and it just so happens I was in Santa Barbara about a month and a half ago. So we just missed each other. I could have come by and said hi and done my presentation in person, but just missed it. All right, so since you guys were not there when I was there, or I didn't get to come to your school, I am connecting all the way over here in Washington, D.C. All right, let me move. Now I'm in between the 2 points. So, raise your hand if you've been to Washington, D.C. before. Quite a few of you. Okay, and a lot of you who haven't yet. That's great. All right, you can put your hands down. So, in Washington, D.C., we are a very interesting city. We're in between two states, in between Maryland and Virginia. And as I mentioned, I'm part of the Smithsonian. Raise your hand if you've heard of the Smithsonian before today or before this video conference. You've heard of it. Several of you have heard of it. Wonderful. Raise your hand if you've been to a Smithsonian museum. Maybe a few of you that have been to D.C. That's okay. So after today, all of you will get to go home and say, Mom, Dad, I visited the Smithsonian today. All right, but the Smithsonian actually has lots and lots. So if you have a circle in a painting, in a sculpture, it might become a sphere or a globe sometimes. All right, or a square might become a box. All right, so that's the difference between shape and form. Don't have to worry about it too much. We're not going to get very far into talking about shape or form with our other works. All right, can someone describe what's space? Can anyone describe what I mean by space?
So,
and I don't know, have you guys covered this at all?
Yes. Kian, do you remember the drawing project we did? It starts with a P, perspective drawing.
Perspective drawings are great, great drawings where you have to work with space, right? So in this artwork, we have kind of a background, a middle ground.